We have taught, Adam and I have taught in our teaching thousands of millennials. We've managed hundreds of millennials, and we spent about 6 months, doing tremendous amounts of primary and secondary research on the generation. Hundreds of intercept interviews, hundreds and hundreds of surveys that go with that. So we have a tremendous amount of information, both personal experience and it's just the research that we've done on this generation. So today what we're going to do is provide a few really big ideas that might help you get to thinking about how you can be more creative in the use and management of this generation. But then more than that, some small changes, small little things that can be done on a daily basis, literally at the end of the day today and tomorrow when you go back to work, that can help you improve and take advantage of the capabilities of this great group. We do normally start, as Jen said, with a quote from an audience member. You're going to see your survey responses throughout the day. Open-ended responses, quotes from those, as well as the actual data you provided. In fact, I'm going to give the stage over in a second to Adam, and he's going to spend time going through your responses question by question. But we thought we'd start this morning, instead of a quote from you guys, a quote from one of the interviews we've done with millennials. You'll see these throughout the day as well. So we start with this quote. The most important thing is having a manager who empowers you to get the job done as you see fit. Most important thing is having a manager who empowers you to get the job done as you see fit. Lots of these quotes today, okay? This particular one is interesting to us, and we start the day off with it because it is sort of feeds or helps us understand some of the myths around millennials. The biggest myth around the millennial generation and how we're having to welcome and integrate that generation into our businesses and our teams is that it is something that is apocalyptic. It's huge, it's big. We've got to totally immerse ourselves in addressing this major change and all the time and money and a complete sort of revolution of our structures and a reorganization of our people. We've got to stop what we're doing today and change everything. And that's a myth. That is just not the case. It's not necessarily, we're going to talk to you today about not necessarily transforming your organization or transforming your team. It's not a transformation we're going to go through. It's just a transfiguration. It's just about elevating your team and elevating the way you manage and elevating the way you put your schedules and your goals together. There's slight changes. And I think what you'll find from this quote is that it feeds that. Look at that quote. The most important thing is having a manager who empowers you to get the job done as you see fit. Now, I don't care if you're a millennial or an Xer like I am or a boomer. That quote probably applies to you. I mean, all of us want a manager who empowers us to get the job done as we see fit. That's across all generations. So the main point today is we're going to do a lot of stuff. There's a lot of cool research. We're going to tell you a lot of cool things to do to help make your business better. But put your mind at ease a little bit. This is not about changing everything we do every day. It's just slight adjustments to address slight changes in thinking and needs of this generation. I'll leave you with this and I'll turn it over to Adam. The biggest difference between that quote and the needs of a millennial versus the needs of an Xer, I might say that exact same thing that millennial said. I see that. I see a manager, this is the key piece. I see a manager who empowers me to get the job done as I see fit as a luxury. A millennial sees a manager who empowers them to get the job done as they see fit as a requirement. And that's the main thing we're going to talk about today is how we have to do some things that we probably should already be doing. But now we've got to do them or we're going to lose this generation or not fully take advantage of their capabilities. So Adam's going to start by talking to you a little bit more about what you guys have done.